Hey everyone, this is Matt from End Sickness. Today I'm going to talk about why it's really important to drop the medical labels, okay, and start to pay attention more to the symptoms than these labels because of all the associated prognosis and all the fear and all that comes along with these labels. So I'll go into more about that first. Let me say I'm not a medical doctor. This is not medical advice. I am a holistic nutritionist. It's based on my personal experiences that I've had with clients as well. And long story short, the labels at the end of the day, are going to give you some justification for your symptoms initially. You're going to go ahead and say, okay, well, I have this thing. Okay, wow, well, at least I know what's wrong with me is this thing, right? Okay, well, the reality of it is, unfortunately, is that word is just a word that was created by human beings for the purpose of diagnosing and then providing medication, right? So you could have this word, this autoimmune condition, this, fibromyalgia, this whatever it is, and it is perceived as I have this condition, and that's the reason why I have these symptoms. When the reality is, there are a reason that you have those symptoms that aren't the condition. It's their root causes, okay? And if you buy into the illness, the name of the illness as the root cause, then you end up, creating this self-fulfilling prophecy of, okay, well, this illness has this prognosis, and this is what is going to happen to me because it happens to everybody else who has this illness. And that is a very self-defeating approach because it prohibits your body from being able to have these miraculous healings, these innate healings, this expectation that healing is going to occur. If you create a statement to yourself that you have something wrong with you that will prevent you from healing, then there will always be something wrong with you. You will always be prevented from healing. You will always justify your symptoms through the lens of this quote-unquote condition, and not believe that any of the choices that you're making or any of the things that are out there that are options for helping this condition or these symptoms would be applicable because you buy into this condition as the reason. I'll give you an example, mast cell activation, right? Mast cell activation. So what is causing mast cell activation, right? Mast cell activation is not a term that is this disease that is the reason. The reason is because of mycotoxin exposure, mycotoxin antibodies, food sensitivities, gut imbalances, detox impairment, chronic activation of mast cells. These are all the actual things that are wrong. It's not, in the reality is, those things don't even matter. It's what are the symptoms the person is experiencing, right? And you always pay attention to the symptoms. You pay attention to the symptoms, and that will guide you for what of these things are most relevant. Are they having stomach pains? Are they having reactions to all different foods? Are they having reactions to smells? All these things. You start to figure out which of these potential causes are more than likely the priority. You start to work like Hippocrates did, like the ancient healers did. Not like, traditional medicine where they just throw things at you and just hope it works, and they just design a new synthetic medication to fix this quote-unquote word that they've created that they call disease. And at the end of the day, it's just masking inflammation over and over and over again. All they're doing is masking inflammation over and over and over again. And if you buy into the label concept, you'll buy into the pharmaceutical, the temporary quick fix concept, and that will prevent you from the long-term healing that has to occur, in situations like this, So in my experience, I've been diagnosed with several different conditions that were supposedly incurable, and I got through all of them with the realization at the end that none of these things were actually real, that they were all just labels that were put on me that were not actually real. They were just words, and there was like a hex. They were like putting a hex on me. It was like, hey, you have this thing. Oh my God, I have this thing. Oh no, you know what I mean? But it's like, who are you? You're just a guy with a white coat with an opinion. You know what I mean? Everybody's a diagnosis is just an opinion. It's not a fact. It's an opinion. And I don't care what anybody says, an incurable is just an opinion. There's plenty of faith healings that have occurred. There's plenty of situations where people were supposed to be sick the rest of their life and they got better. Not everything is what it appears. Not everything is what it appears. Thanks for watching, everybody. I just want to say, ditch the labels. You want to get better? Heal your chronic illness? Ditch the labels. Focus on the symptoms. Focus on what you're doing in your diet, what's happening in your environment, what's happening in your stress, your lifestyle, your patterns, your excess, your lack of moderation, you're going too hard, too much, too fast, not easy enough. Those common things that are preventing people from getting better. Thanks for watching. Join my YouTube page. Go to my website, endsickness.org. Take care.